I've been sent another Vision Pro comfort strap to test out today. It's called the Hover Head Strap. It's from just a pair of guys who started this out of their garage. I'm really curious to see how this one works. This one actually seems pretty interesting for a feature, which I'll show you in a minute here. But let's go ahead and open up the box and see how it looks. All we have here is one piece, a little dusty, so we'll have to wipe that off. It's very light, and we have a QR code showing us the setup guide. And that's it. Pretty simple right here. Let's see how easy it is to actually install. All right, we got the Vision Pro in hand. We got this head strap and our instructions. So let's see how hard it is to figure out. I'll just be going through the instructions on the iPad right here. First thing we gotta do, remove the battery. Take off the existing strap. And I think we're actually gonna put the strap back on attached to this one. And then it looks like this part just slides in right here. This seems very straightforward. I didn't really even need to read instructions here, but want to make sure I don't mess anything up. So this slides on nice and easily, yet securely. Of course, you need to make sure this one goes far enough front towards the headset so we can plug the battery back in. And now the strap goes against these orange connectors. Nice, they're using the same color scheme. That clips in nice and securely. I like that because some of these other straps I've tried, the third-party connector doesn't seem as secure, but this looks really good. And this should be it. Before I plug the battery in, let's just make sure this fits properly. I do have to loosen this up a bit more. So if you already have a strap you're using that feels tight, realize that you're gonna have to keep that pretty loose. I'm using a medium right now. And this feels nice and secure. And the cool thing about this head strap is this hinge right here. I haven't seen this on any other comfort strap solution that I've tried, so check it out. We're able to adjust up and down, and you know what that means. Check it out. There we go. Now I can see the real world. I can have a real conversation with somebody and then put it right back on. Let's see how well this actually works in practice. We're gonna plug it in, play around a bit, and see how this feels. And while this is warming up, I'm gonna go ahead and get my Vision Pro travel bag and see if it fits with everything kind of hooked up still. Some straps you do have to take off if you're gonna travel with Vision Pro, just because it adds a lot of vertical height to it. So let's see how this all fits in here. Yeah, so this one also, there's a little bit too much vertical here with this strap, so that you would have to take this off if you were gonna travel with it. Okay, and it looks like we're good to go. So let's put this on, play around for a second, and see how it feels. So just like a lot of other head straps I've tried, this forehead piece right here does a nice job of distributing some of the weight away from the cheeks and up higher, so you have kind of just more points of contact around your head to disperse this weight. So it does a good job with that. I am feeling like the headset is kind of tipped forward just a little bit, but I haven't played around with this much. This is my first time trying it on. So let's see if we can adjust this hinge and get it kind of sat right. Okay, that's already feeling a little bit better, but it might be hard for you to tell, but there's a little bit of a gap where the light seal meets my forehead right here. And so that means that I am getting a little bit of light leakage with this headset, with the trade-off though being that at any time, again, that goes all the way up here. Now, when this is up like this, I feel a lot of pressure on my forehead, but this hinge feels very secure. The weight of the headset is not really pushing it down further, kind of towards my face, even though it just sits here with all this weight on the hinge. So it's a very strong hinge, which is what you would need for this type of device. It's just that the pressure on my forehead, it's a little bit hard, and then I feel my strap here is working really hard to keep everything kind of in place with all this weight being kind of shifted upwards towards my forehead. And then when I'm ready to go back into my Vision Pro, there we go, I'm back in. I will say it just feels a little bit awkward trying to find that sweet spot again. It's kind of aggressively pulling away from my face. I would have to have this back strap go really high in order to force the face seal to kind of go against my entire face, and even so, it just feels a little bit awkward. Even just playing with this for a few minutes, this is probably not going to be my preferred head strap solution if I plan to be wearing this with the face seal. But I can also kind of tell I might really like this without the face seal. So let's take it off and see how that feels. Done. So it's nice as the face seal can come on and off with this still attached. And now this already looks kind of like a cooler, futuristic kind of headset here with this contraption on it. So let's see how it feels. Okay, this is feeling much better. I can already tell. This type of head strap solution really seems made for use in more AR applications without the light seal. Again, if I was planning to watch a movie on a plane or something and I really wanted to just completely block out any external light, would not be choosing this strap. But if I'm working at my computer and I want to have some peripheral vision, where I can kind of see my hands outside the screen here, it does seem to push the screen a little bit too far away from my eyes. It's still workable, but when I try to put it closer to my face, I'm getting a slight kind of angle downwards on the screen, so it's not like straight forward parallel with my vision, if that makes sense. But again, now without the light seal, I think much easier just to kind of put that up. And now I can be having a conversation with somebody, looking at something, reading something with no real problem there. That's really nice to kind of have both the floating headset and then back in, or just go right back out to just normal conversation or look at something clearly with my own eyeballs. Now you're looking at me trying this for literally the first 5 minutes here. I'm gonna spend some time with this and play around with these kind of micro adjustments here and see if I can really get this dialed in for my face and my eyes, and I'm gonna come back to you with some final thoughts. Oh, hello. So I've been using this thing for a while now and I'm starting to like it some more. I figured out a few things with kind of setting it up right to kind of get it right close to my eyes, and I'll show you what I've learned and why this might be one of my favorite new AR headset contraptions. Again, still not liking it for the light seal, but without it, it's really good. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell compared to when I was showing this off a minute ago, the screen is now closer to my eyes in a comfortable position. And what I figured out was when I first put this on, this part, I didn't slide it enough towards the front of the headset. And of course, the further you slide it, the more close it'll be on your face. That makes sense. I think my issue is that it's a really tight tolerance. So I feel like I want to be pretty careful as I push that out and in. It's kind of tighter than some of the other similar solutions I've seen where you slide something over the edge here. And because it was so difficult to really push that in, I think I was being a little bit overly cautious not to break anything. I know these side hinges can be a little bit flimsy. So as I try to bring that in there, I just gotta finagle it a bit. There we go. And kind of push it closer and make sure that they're lined up. So I'm kind of looking right here on that end versus here. This is a little further up, so it's gonna be a bit off axis. So as I push that in a little bit as well, there we go. So now we're kind of lined up again. So as I put this back on, readjusted, no more warnings about the screens being too far from my eyes. I can really get that adjusted in a nice, comfortable position. This feels perfect right now. You might start to see a bit of a red mark over here because all the weight is gonna be on your forehead like that. If you happen to wanna flip this up, it works really well, but you can kind of feel a lot more weight on the forehead because you have this weird angle where the weight of the headset is now kind of pushing even more on the forehead compared to here, where it's kind of better balanced from the back to the front. With all of that said, I really do like this headset for the ability to wear it without a light seal for true AR applications. After figuring out the balance and the distance from the eyes and all these little settings, I did try the light seal with this again. Still was having similar issues with a little bit of a gap at the forehead. So again, would not recommend this for anybody trying to use this with a light seal. But if you're using this day to day to just do work, AR type applications, it's a really good setup, and love that I can just go like that and quickly talk to somebody and go right back into my work. Those are my honest thoughts. I'm going to put an affiliate link down in the description, so feel free to check it out for yourself. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and thank you for watching.